Today I have some video that winds up in Nashville, but the gist of this little video is that the war worked its way up from the south through Spring Hill and Franklin on its way to Nashville, where it was after the rail and the waterways, which were so vital to the outcome of the war. But before I get into that little video, I want to try and talk a little bit about my effort to make a parallel between my business and my tutorial here on the Civil War. So as an engineer, I often walked into places where things were scattered about and had to try and tie them together. And that's what I'm doing here as I started out making some videos in the beginning, which were about how to build an e-commerce site. And I learned a lot about how you build a business, and that I may have possibly went off in a tangent that wasn't quite necessary at that time. And I really needed to regroup and get back into the attraction of a following. So that is where I pulled in the short form faceless content, which is the Civil War stories that I'm showing. And now I'm trying to expand into some longer form videos explaining the concept of my business and how it pertains to my engineering career. So let's roll into the videos I have. This is the look down Broadway, the infamous commercialized, all the honky tonks with the bars and eateries. And this is Broadway going over the train track where we just were. And this is the old train station, which, like I told you, is built in the 1900s, so it doesn't really replicate the Civil War era. And what happens is Broadway goes down to the river down here, and I'm sure there was barge traffic, and it was set up to go on the rail traffic here. So between getting the freight from the river to the train station, there was houses of ill repute and many bars for beer. But now it's commercialized and it's not like that anymore. So there you have it. This is what the Battle of Nashville was about. Okay, I've worked my way down to the river here, and I'm pretty much at river level under an overpass. Just trying to let you guys get a feeling for how wide the river is and how it goes straight for the city there. But what it does, it makes a big bend around the city. I guess like many rivers that cities do. But yeah, it's really beautiful scene here going into the city. So you guys can have an idea of what they were fighting for. I mean, this riverway here and the access to rail was astronomical in the outcome of the Battle of Nashville and the war itself. Here we're looking off to the south over the rail yard. It's utilizing the train station here in Nashville. It's no longer a train station, but it's a hotel. But from this point down Broadway to the river for barge traffic, and here it meets up with the railway. So the previous video showed the river where I was at, showing the river going into the city. So what I'm trying to demonstrate here is water and rail and how it was instrumental to the outcome of the war. Today, the layout of the Middle Tennessee is bound by Highway 65 on the west and Highway 24. These are both interstates on the east. And this kind of made a horseshoe as the battles from Franklin came up. the 65 corridor into the city of Nashville and then turned south after they captured the rail and the riverway and then headed towards Murfreesboro and Stone River and point south to make that big U shape. And the apex was the Battle of Nashville.